Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jumpin here. And today I'm going to be bringing you another Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. Today is going to be a little different, though. I'm actually going to have a dual commentary with one of my bestest friends on Xbox right now, who is Richard, aka Mr. Dick. What's up, bro?
Hey guys, I'm doing alright. Glad to join this dual comm. Can't wait to show you guys what we've been doing.
Alright, so what were we doing besides the fact that I'm standing still here?
We're doing a dual run of Cerberus Gold Run.
Cerberus on Gold, but just two-man in it. Now, This might be kind of, it's Firebase White, so I'm sure everybody's used to it because of the solo run, but this is actually the day before I got that gameplay, and I was actually doing solo runs, and I did it like 2 or 3 times, and I don't know, I kept having problems with my recording, and it was just really, really frustrating. But at one point you got on, I was just like, fuck it. Oh wow, dude, you suck dick.
Yeah, man, I just got on for the day. I just came off. Yeah, I was messed up. Oh, that is so messed up.
Oh man, I'm running up. That was bullshit. I was running up there because I was like, oh my god, look, we get down again. I mean, like, I literally at this point I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm about to hit unrecord because we are already getting annihilated. But that's actually probably the only. To be honest, I think that's the only problem that we had throughout this whole run was just that very beginning part of getting grenaded down and
we're like, yeah, let's record this, let's do this, and then we just trip and fall on our feet right in the beginning. I was just not happy.
Yeah, no, it was pretty freaking terrible. But that just happens, man. When your team, if you're ever gonna try a duo, you just gotta realize that you have two things. The first thing is that you can't go down. Because, like, if you do go down, you're going to take a big risk of your teammates having to get you, or your teammate having to get you up, which is just going to make him vulnerable. And the other thing is you can't have happen is get assassinated. You get assassinated, you're done.
I got down again. I was not having a good time.
Yeah, now you were using the Infiltrator 2 here. I believe you're using the human, though.
Yeah.
What's your setup human?
I did full tech with bonus power just in case if I miss with Cryoblast. And he's Cryoblast I set up to Radius, Cryo Explosion, and Frozen Vulnerability for the extra damage.
Right, and that's, I think, a total of 25% more extra damage in general, and it weakens armor. So, I mean, it's pretty nasty. Now, what's the gun you like to use on that class?
Usually, like, on Infiltrators, I like to use one-shot weapons, so I picked up the Claymore. And because of that, the damage is insane.
Oh yeah.
But this type of setup makes you very vulnerable. You have no stun, so
yeah. Not only no stun, but I mean it's not. Look at me getting freaking murked.
Oh.
Besides the fact it doesn't have a stun move, the human. I mean, out of all the infiltrators, the worst one would you say is the Quarian, right?
Yeah, the Quarian. The sabotage buff they made is pretty good. The damage is up, but.
Have you used it yet since they upped it?
Yeah, I used it once, but the only thing I really got pissed off is that when they get killed by it, there's no kill feed. You don't get any points, no nothing. So if you feel like it, you can just sabotage everything and then come up with a score of 0.
What? I mean, that's crazy to me. So you don't get any points?
No points because the soldier kills himself. You don't do damage.
Dude. That's insane. Like, I was actually thinking, like, when you first told me that, because you told me that earlier about how, like, they killed themselves or whatever, I just thought that you got the points, it just was no feed. But they literally, that's insane. Like,
yeah,
why would you want to use that?
I have no clue. I mean, so basically, it's just, if you feel like you want a lot of points, you just they shoehorn the Quarian Infiltrator or into either Cerberus for the Atlas and turrets or Geth, and mostly you just do Geth. So.
Right. I mean, against Geth, she's really good, but I don't know. The second worst is, definitely the human. But the one thing that I do like what you do on your build compared to, like, I don't know, like, one thing I never thought about with the human is to use that Claymore. I mean, look at that. Like, we just dropped that Atlas in like a second.
That's the only thing I love. straight up
Right.
smack them with the Claymore, and then you just...
I mean, we're pretty much both using the two most powerful shotguns in the game, which is the RAF and I said RAF, Rafe.
Yes,
the fucking
learn your
Rafe.
English.
I know. I don't speak good English. Hello. But anyway, like, so yeah, we're pretty much using the two most powerful shotguns. Now, for gold, though, you know, like, when it comes down to it, especially if you're going to two-man it, you really do need weapons that can, you know, it's definitely in a solo, but also in a two-man. You need weapons that can definitely one-shot enemies, and the only two guns that can do that in this game are shotguns and snipers. I mean, and when it comes down to it, like, do you like snipers in this game?
The one-shot ones. I don't like the multi-bullet clip versions. I just don't know why. They lowered the damage to the point where it just doesn't feel powerful enough to my personality.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I really like that Valiant, though. I've been using that thing, and
I've seen you played with the Valiant. You shred with it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I like about that gun is that it reminds me a lot of the Viper from when I played with the Viper a lot, because there was only, what, three snipers in the demo. It was the Widow, the Mantis, and the Viper. And if I wasn't playing with the Widow, because like I mean, the Widow is stupid. I mean, even though like the Black Widow is better, the Widow is still dumb. On a silver, you can four-shot Atlases, just do dumb shit like that. But I mean, I don't know. Like the Viper, I always liked that gun because like that was the gun that it was crowd control. Like if you could hit headshots with that gun in the demo, it would pretty much could kill them if they had no shield. If you were using an energy drain or overload or anything like that. But you know, in this game, like hands down, like the Viper just sucks. I don't know, did they debuff it or was it always that bad? I have no idea. But the Valiant is definitely like a very similar gun. It's just the mechanics of it is pretty much the same.
It's same as a Viper.
The same gun.
They just up the power.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's the same gun, and it's just like when it comes down to DPS and like how much fire you can put on people, it's the best gun in the game probably. Just because I mean it's so powerful. Like here's the thing about the Valiant, it's so powerful, and it reloads so quickly. And if you could hit him in the head like nonstop, like you just drop everything. Like I could kill, like in like what 10 seconds I killed like freaking 9 enemies on spawn. Like just it was retarded. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I definitely want to get gameplay with that, but the biggest problem is that I gotta wait now for this week's Fun with Gun because like it's a toss up between the Claymore and the Valiant, which I'm kind of hoping people will vote for the Claymore to be honest. Because if they do that, then at least I'm going to be able to bring out gameplay of the Valiant, and that would be what's up. But yeah. I really like the Claymore too.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I want to try out the Valiant, but fate has not been kind to me. I got an Eagle 3. I got the Eagle 3 times. I got that crappy pistol 3 times. I'm sitting.
And then wait. So you don't have any of the other N7s, right?
No,
you just have
N7s. They only did 3 commendation packs, and I got an Eagle 1, Eagle 2, Eagle 3, and I'm sitting going, yay! And I just
I want the Hurricane. That's the one I want. I mean, I'm really happy now I got the Valiant because like yeah, that gun is broken as hell. I mean, it's super good, but the Hurricane, I don't know. I think that's more my style. I'm not a big fan of sniping in this game either. Like just because. Like, you have seen what I do with a sniper. Like, it's douchey, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the most part,
bit,
it's douchey. Yeah, you know, and I don't want to play like that. I don't want to just be able to jack everybody's kills from any position of the map. It's just not my style. Like if you can shotgun a guy across the map and steal someone's kill, I think you earn the kill. You know what I mean? Like the Claymore.
Unless you have a Crusader.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe. No, the Claymore does the same thing. Like, that gun can steal kills. Like literally on an infiltrator, if you guys don't know this, the Claymore is amazing. Like, you could sit from, like, the landing pad where, like, right here on this landing pad, you could sit from the landing pad sniping guys all the way from across the map. Like, it's retarded, like, how strong it is. And the only downside is that it weighs so much. What were you gonna say though?
Oh, if you have the smart choke, it makes it even easier to do that.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to use on it. Honestly, I'm so used to the smaller reticle from like the Wraith. I don't know, and just other shotguns. Like I mean, that thing has the biggest reticle in the world. Now, do you think it's better to have a bigger reticle with that gun?
The reticle shows you basically how the spread is at longer distance, but every once in a while you get lucky and you get like most of the spread on the top part of the reticle, and then it just hits him in the face and you hear head explosion. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Usually you want smaller reticle on a shotgun because that shows you the spread. But
Well, I mean, I always thought opposite though. Like, I mean, I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. But
well, closer range you want it bigger because they're right there and you don't have time to aim. But yeah, it's a two-edged, double-edged sword. You smaller, you can go for a longer distance a bit. Bigger, you can go for shorter distance and guarantee to hit.
yeah, I mean that's I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. Like when it comes down to spread and stuff, like the spread on that gun is like you can clear out 5 enemies in a room one shot if you do it right. It's crazy, man. Like I don't know. Like how much damage does that thing do up close?
If everything hits,
Yeah, let's say every bullet hit point blank.
just as much as the sniper rifle will do, like over 1,000 damage, straight up.
I thought you told me once it was 1,600.
Ah, yeah, there we go, 1,600.
That's more than any sniper in this game, though. Like that's the crazy part about it. And on the infiltrator,
actually,
like
the harpoon gun is the only one that can beat it out if you charge it up. It's the only gun.
Now, here's the thing, though, is that well, here's my thing is that with a tactical cloak on that thing, point blank, 90% more damage. That's like almost 3,000. You know, that's like 3,000 damage in one shot. That's ridiculous.
Oh.
All right. Well, I mean, there's one. I don't know. We kind of need to get off this Claymore. We've been talking about that for like 5 minutes, but that's how amazing that gun is. It's a lot of fun to use, guys. Like, I don't know. But the one thing I did want to say about that too, is that on the human infiltrator, I do believe that it's the best. Like, I don't know. Like, if you were gonna try that on a Solarian, he needs his ability to energy drain. He really does. Like, just to be able to run around and just keep getting your shields back and just be a tank and be like pretty much invincible if you play him right. He needs that. But with the human, like because of the slower recharge speed on like cryoblast and stuff, like it just I don't know, works better. At least it seems that way. Anyway, man. I don't know. So everyone's seen Firebase White before. I mean, strategy-wise, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that we're doing here that was a little different is staying together and just kind of running around the map. Like, are you much of a camper? Do you like camping in this game?
No, not that much. A little less, It's a little slow in the game if you camp. Not much of that. What I really like to do is, like, if we can move as a unit, like, slightly camp in one spot and then push forward as a whole group and just,
Yeah, I think that's the best way to play, honestly. Like, people who try to lone gun it, like, I don't know, like, I just don't think that, you'll ever have as much success in the game if you try to run around and lone gun it compared to just running around and staying with your group. And, I mean, it's just, the game is way more fun when you have teamwork and you come up with something to do, like Debuff City, like, that was so much fun, and just other things like All Gaff, like, on Gold, things like that, or all adapts, or a Vanguard running around with 3 adapts. Those are good strategies to do, and they're fun because you run around, and when you can witness how easy Gold can be, or how much teamwork in this game actually can matter when you work together. I don't know. I think that's the best part of the game. Now this is absolutely terrible. We got this upload right here. This is like the worst.
Yeah, it's one of the worst plays because with Cerberus they tend to spawn behind the upload sometimes. Yeah, so
it's weird. It's something like you can block the spawn, but the biggest problem that you face on this is like, especially in this wave on Gold, is the freaking phantoms coming up behind you. Did you see me do this upload? Did you see me do this upload on my solo?
No, I didn't get a chance. I basically, when you told me you got that down, I immediately fast forward to wave 10 and watch you fail.
You know what I did when I soloed it? I ran around in circles.
Are you serious?
Yes, I just ran around in circles and like they couldn't hit me. Like it was insane. Like that was my strategy. Was literally just to run around the ring. Because I noticed that before that if you for some reason run around that ring, they do not shoot you as much, or they don't pay. Yeah, man, you just play Ring Around the Rosie with them, and it's amazing. Like, I don't know, like it's just something I noticed before on Gold. You know, that's the thing about uploads, though. Like, have you ever noticed that before, Richard? Like that when you are doing an upload, there's certain spots or certain things you can do in certain uploads that I don't know, like like enemies just don't mess with you as much. Have you ever noticed that?
No, actually, there's a few spots I found out, and there's one on this map that if you sit there, they will never touch you. They will hang back. They will no.
Now what?
They won't even shoot at you. They won't. They won't bum.
What spot? I'm trying to remember. Like what spot is this?
It's in the lower levels, in the back, in the little crate, and you just.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now I've realized that before. Now, did you learn that from somewhere, or did you learn that from me? Because I've been telling people.
I saw that from a different vid, and they had the whole team sit there, and the only time where they actually had to do something was when an Atlas came by and they shot a missile at it, and then that was it.
Well, if you're talking about that one crate in that, you know, I think I know what you're talking about, in the bottom room, right?
Yeah.
Like, the room where everyone camps against Geth. Yeah, like, you only 2 people can hide behind that box. But yeah, literally though, you're right. Is that if you have 2 people behind that box, like, they do not message you. Now, that's once again, that was another thing I did in my solo gold. I had to upload. I think I had uploads. No, I didn't have uploads. I had 2 uploads. It was really a nightmare. I had 2 uploads and the devices. Like, that was my objectives I had to do, and it was a fucking nightmare. But besides that, like, yeah, that spot, though, on this map is like that. There's actually spots like that on almost every upload on every map that you can, like, exploit. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you all of them offhand, but, like, I don't know. Like, it's amazing. Like, it makes that, I don't know. What would you say was the worst objective in this game, if you were going to have to pick one?
The worst objective in this game is probably the damn, you know, like, the 4 objectives to deactivate, upload, or something like that.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what to call it ever. I think it's enabling devices.
Enabling or deactivate some kind of device, or hacking for devices or something like that. Because on certain maps, they're out in the open. Really out in the open, where you can get hit by anything around anywhere in the map, and it's just annoying. And if you have an infiltrator, that's great. If you don't, you got to move as a group. And usually, if you play with random people, you're screwed. Like, that's it. That's it. It's like, oh.
I think right here, yep. Yeah, we both get dropped. Now, that's what we were talking about, though. Like I think at this point, that was our second metagel, though, we've used. I think that was your first and mine.
Yeah, you told me to metagel, and as soon as you said that, I got pissed, and then I realized, wait a minute, I still had cloak. And, you know.
Right. Right. I mean, here's the thing, though, is that, like I said, if one person goes, when you're trying to duo, and if one person goes down, that's really bad. So in reality, you really need to play with, like, infiltrators if you're going to try to something like this, or you need to play with maybe a Vanguard and an infiltrator. Now, the Vanguard will get dropped, but the infiltrator can at least get them up. Things like that works, you know, it works well. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like, in general, like, have you ever, like, before this, have you ever duoed it before? Have you ever attempted a, you know, 2-man gold run?
No, most challenging gold runs I do solo runs, and it took me forever because, you know, I just run around, shoot, and try to live. I didn't have a strategy. I did it on the fly.
That takes some balls, bro, I gotta admit.
I've done it with almost every class now.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
But I have no.
I've only done it with the Solarian because I'm a pussy. But I don't know, bro. I mean, here's the thing about the 2-man thing. This is actually my actual, like, first time ever trying to 2-man it as well. Because most of the time I've had people tell me, like, you know, we should 2-man gold. And I've just not been confident enough, like, you know what I mean? Like, just confident enough in them to be able to do it. Like, I don't know. Like, when it comes down to it, it's the one thing that matters, like I said, is the teamwork. You have to, you know how to play together. And you and me, we have good teamwork. We really do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we stay together well. You know, you got my back, I got your back. Shit like that, and that's the shit you have to have. You have to be able to do that. So if you ever want to attempt something like this, It's not easy, but it's not hard if you can work together. Now, I think that's the biggest problem in this game is, you know, and I think you would agree with me, is just the amount of friends playing this game and the amount of randoms playing this game.
It's like less than
I don't know.
the difference. It's ridiculous.
Right. I mean, before you actually started playing with me, did you ever play with any like group of friends or people, or was it just pretty much with randoms all the time?
Pure random every single time. And then
this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I was so pissed. Remember this? I was so pissed because like the whole thing right here, and we actually both had to get up, was that I was gonna get up and then run away. That was my idea.
Yeah.
Run away. And I was trying to kill him and get you up, bro. Don't get me wrong. But I could not roll. I kept trying to roll. I hate that. I wish they could fix that. Like, if you were that's the thing. Like, soloing this is literally easier than two-man in it at times because of things like that. Like, you know, not having to worry about your teammate makes it kind of...
I think our mentality changed, especially yours, especially when you did that gold run, is that you're a little more, you know, careless because just, I got a friend to back me up. And then you turn around, I'm not there. Because I'm somewhere else shooting something.
Or if it's not that, it's like, and look at that Claymore, man.
I love it.
That's the most godly thing, though. Like, just when I see that, it always freaks me out on gold. It's like if you're using the Claymore, if someone's using the Claymore on an infiltrator, and you're fighting an Atlas, and all of a sudden you're killing it. Either if you're doing it by yourself or, you know, you're just shooting at it and it's pretty normal and all of a sudden it's down to its armor and it loses half of its armor one shot. You're like, what the fuck just happened to this thing? You're like, that was the Claymore. Oh, man. This dude left a comment in one of my videos. He thought he actually left me a question. He said, what is a comm war?
Comm war?
Do you have any? Yeah, comm war. Do you have any idea?
No idea.
You know what he thought? He thought when I said Claymore, I said comm war.
Man, you gotta get your English better. Jeez.
I don't know, man. I guess maybe, I don't know, was it my English or what? Like, I don't know. Maybe it was just him, but all right. Anyway, at this point, I mean, we're kind of rolling through this, though. Like, it's not... I don't know. Would you say Firebase White's the easiest map in the game?
If you have... Yeah, it's pretty much easy. If you ever think about it, the layout, it's basically 2 long rows with 1, 2, 3... About 4 connections, which is the little doorway in the middle, the back end, and then the little ramp up and long hallway to stairs down, and then the little side rail over there, and then you can easily figure out. Basically, you just make one long circle. Think you like NASCAR?
Yeah. Right. Thanks for the blueprint, by the way.
Oh my God! I just believe I just annoyed tons of people downtown. I'm so sorry, but
yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Like this map, it is easy, but it depends. I guess it just depends. Like when it comes down to it, I mean. When it comes down to it, like, I also believe that Dagger is really easy, too. Like, a big map like that can be easy if you play it like, you know, like a sniper's map. That map is the most annoying map in the world, and this is funny. Right here, if you guys can't tell, we're rocketing everything.
Oh,
do you remember why we were doing that?
I have no clue.
Well, because here's the thing. Like, the same... When you're going to try to duo gold, you know, with just 2 people... You gotta treat it, for the most part, kind of like a, you know, pretty much just like a solo in a way. Even though you got 2 people, like I said, you still don't want to go down. You still don't want to, you know, have these things happen to you. And I'm getting dropped. This is annoying.
I just saw that. I was like waiting for it. I was like, oh.
It's a shame when the human infiltrator can like out-survive the Solarian. But anyway, but like I was saying though, is that if you're gonna duo with it. You know, like, here's the thing, is that you do want to treat it like, you know, like I said, like a solo for the most part. So it's not like, you don't want to rocket Atlases. Like, that's really not a big deal. Atlases aren't really the problem. But they only are a problem when they trap you. Like, that's really the only thing they do. Like, they're, like, one of the wackest enemies in the whole game. Or really all the big enemies besides Banshees are really not much of an issue, besides the fact that they trap you. Like they take forever to die. So when it comes down to it, like, you know, like right here we're taking this thing out because it's gonna trap us if we don't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like that's what they do. Because at this point, there's probably an Atlas right behind us right now, coming up behind us. And if an Atlas gets in front of you and one gets behind you, you're screwed. You have to kill one. And if you can't kill it quick enough, you're done. Like, you know what I mean? Because then the smaller enemies are gonna trap you. So the strategy is just to run away from the Atlas, to not actually like fight it for the most part. If you can take out the bigger groups of the smaller enemies, and because this is Wave 9, I believe we were just taking early on with the rockets, we were just taking out phantoms. Like that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
And look how, the wave was easy. Like it didn't last that long. That's the thing, is that like it's not about killing, because if you kill an Atlas, all that's gonna happen is it's just gonna spawn again on gold. Just what's gonna happen. You have to fight like what, 6 Atlases on wave like 9 and all that kind of crap. You know, you just don't want that to happen. Now, luckily, we got targets right here, and this is awesome. I don't know. What do you think? Targets are just?
Oh, targets is the easiest objective, especially when you're saying screw me being frugal with rockets, and you just unload, and you will finish any target elimination round very, very quickly, and you will have little trouble. And then at the end, when you're done, you just use normally, fight normally, and then you'll be able to do cleanup. And that's about it. Usually, because if you're quick enough, you get them when they're spawned, and then you can kick out like tons of phantoms or brutes, or
especially if you can set it up right. Like we had the one video where, I don't know if everybody's gonna remember it, but like I remember you were standing. It was on Condor, and you were standing on the top, and I was standing on the bottom. And you know, so the target wave started where we have to kill targets. Wave 10. I shot a rocket at it was against Reapers. I shot a rocket at the big group of Banshees, killing the target. The second I shoot the rocket, it's like, kill the next target. You shoot a rocket. You kill the next target.
Yeah.
And then like I just ran right back down to where I was, and the next target, you know, appeared right next to me. So I shot another rocket at that group, killed it, and then boom, you got the last one. Like in this, it was like literally about maybe 20 seconds it took us to kill all the targets.
I think it's less than that. Like
it was probably like 15, 20, or 10 seconds. I don't really remember.
Here's a tip. Really cool. This game's been out for almost 2 months, and if you've been playing multiplayer for a good amount of time, you tend to notice few patterns. The enemies spawn at specific points in the map, and if you ever keep in mind that enemies will try to spawn out of line of sight, so basically away from you. If you spread your team out far enough, you can literally control where they spawn, and then you just get free kills from a missile coming down barely, and you get like 10 kills.
I mean, yeah, that's the truth. Is that it's only ridiculous because so many people don't know that by now. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you were to say anything, do you still play with randoms a lot, or not as much?
Every once in a while I play with randoms, because it basically, if I play gold with randoms and there's no communication, I just ramped up the difficulty by another notch. So
that's probably true. I've been lucky, like, in this game, like, especially since the demo. I think I can literally count on 2 hands how many times since the demo I've ever played with randoms. It's probably about 8. Like, in this game, I only ever played with randoms twice. And when I did it, it was in the same day, and I just played for fun. Like, it was just like some silver games I played with randoms. And, you know, you kind of laugh at them and stuff. Like, like that's probably was the most fun I ever had in the demo, though, was playing with randoms. Because, you know, they come into your game, and you just look at their setup, and you just laugh at them. You know? Like, it's just what it was. But, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, I guess it's understandable for the most part for some people, because, you know, they don't have friends to tell them, like, things that, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have, if you don't have friends who play this game, then, you know, they don't have people to, like, help them out and tell them what to do and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
also, a good number don't even actually go on BioWare's forums and then multiplayer discussion. There's quite a few people that discuss builds, and then they talk about numbers and things. And you can use that as a template to figure out what you do. Like, a good half of my builds came from that forum. and I made a few changes here and there, questioned if it's worth it, and then here we were trying to run for it, and
yeah, epic fucking fail. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, man, that fucking sucks, dude. I don't know, it just happens though.
Yeah, we were just talking through the game chat, and we just realized, holy shit, 3 seconds, and we bolted for it, and just, oh.
It was a mad hustle, man, and we didn't make it. But, like, you know, I hate that because I hate that spot on Firebase White when you try to get from the front.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's going to be pretty much it, though, guys. I really hope you enjoy this. Richard, you got anything else you want to say to the people?
No, that's it.
Alright, well, peace out, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Please comment, like, and subscribe.